Howdy there guys, and welcome back to Edgar TV, where it's prediction time for the World Darts Championship. I know you've been looking forward to this one. I've seen you in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you think of this down there. And also, don't forget, if you do want to get involved with the World Darts Championship yourself, you can do over at olbg.com. A video is available on that. I'll put it on the end screen. I'll put it in the description down below. £500 up for grabs, 18 plus, but free to enter. So £500 available just for sharing your tips and advice. Again, if you want to see how easy it is to set up there, I will put that video down below. But today we're going to look at the predictions and what we think is going to happen. I'm going to do this in sections, because the World Darts Championship, 96 players, so this video is going to be sections 1 and 2. This is section 1, and that's the top half of the draw. And then I'll do another video looking at the bottom half of the draw. Now, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to pick out the games that I think are the more easier ones to predict or call, and see how that shapes us up. And there we have it. That's what I think are the safe predictions in the opening round. I think bunts and duets is going to be a long game in terms of the sets. Probably be nervy one as it's the opening game of the event, and I don't think either of them are going to show their true colours in that one. Tricol and Van den Boogaard again, complete 50-50 game. Bates and Lennon. Jamie Hughes yet to win a game here at Ali Pali, takes on David Cameron, who's picked up a Seniors Tour title. So a little bit tricky though, so I'm going to leave those ones alone. I'll make predictions for every game on the night of the matches, but in terms of this one, I'm just going to try and be a little bit more cautious because there's so many games to get through. Ed House, I think, sets the better of the graph. Someone I commentated on recently at the Modus Super Series and was very inconsistent. Bhav Patel comes into this as a replacement. Sort of runs around a 70 or so average. That's not going to be enough against O'Connor. I expect O'Connor's going to get a nice 3-0 win there. Darren Webster hasn't had the best of time on the Pro Tour. He's barely won a game. He got into this, and this might be potentially the last time we see Darren Webster on the big stages. Takes on Niels Zonneveld. I think Zonneveld takes that one. And De Decker is in my ones to watch of the first round. Again, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. My top tips of those opening game fixtures. Now, I do think the second round of fixtures is a little bit easier to predict, and I think we're going to get a seed-dominated event this year, and that's the kind of theme I'm going for here in this opening section. However, I have gone for a few differences here. Mike De Decker to get the better of Madar's Razma. I think De Decker's an improving player all the time, and I think he's going to have a bit of a run somewhere. A third round here would be a good step forward for De Decker, getting past Horvat, and then his seed in Razma. I think that's a good draw for him there in that section. I've also got Richie Edhouse to take out Jose de Souza. Jose is someone who's got the Wolves knocking on his door at the moment. He's not playing his best starts. He's sliding down the rankings. He's now down to 25th for this event. He could be out the top 32 soon if he's not careful. I think maybe Edhouse can sort of pick the pocket of a floundering player there in Jose de Souza. The rest of them, though, I'm going for seed wins getting through to that third round. Now, the back end of this section is tight, as we expect at the World Championship, the way the seeded system works as well. So it's going to give us really tight ends to the group. Now, when we take a look at the back end of this section, I'm going with Michael Smith, our world champion, to get knocked out by Chris Dobey. Chris Dobey has had a fantastic year this year, a good step forward. Last year, I had Chris Dobey predicted to make the quarterfinals. He did. He had a good run, and I think he's going to have another good run here as well. I think this is sort of like where Dobey's going to start becoming a regular player now in the world's top 16. I've got him down against Johnny Clayton. I think Dobey takes section 1. I think there's good value in that as well. Now, section 1 for me is all about it being tight and being close. You can see the names and the runs in there. For me, section 2 is about value and opportunity. Take a look at the draw here. Now, when we look at our seeds in this section, we've got question marks over many of them. We've got question marks over Dirk van Dijvenbode. We've got question marks over Peter Wright. What Andrew Gilding are we going to get? What James Wade are we going to get? What Barneveld are we going to get? So some really interesting clashes here. And I think those opening rounds are a little bit easier to predict. So you see here that the only game I've not put a prediction in is a Connor Scott-Christoph Tkachuk. I think Connor Scott will win that game, but Tkachuk's just got a little bit more stage experience, which just causes me a few concerns there. Marco Cantelé, very inconsistent at the Super Series last week. He won't be happy with his performance. Didn't even get through to finals night, taking on a Pro Tour winner in Sagansky. Jim Williams, I think, goes through comfortably with a 3-0 victory over Norman Madu. Matt Campbell, comfortable victory. Luke Littler is my nap of the round. I think potential 3-0 victory there for Luke Littler. There is value in the safety as well, just in case Christian Kist has got over this hand injury. 3-0, 3-1 Littler is around the even money shot. That's the prediction I'd be going with there. Mickey Mansell, hopefully they interview him at the end. I love seeing a Mickey Mansell interview after he plays a World Championship game. Whitlock won't have it all his own way against Parlow. He's played here before and has won an Asian Tour title. So maybe don't go 3-0 on that one. Maybe Parlow could take a set. Runs about an 85 average, so he's not going to be a pushover. But I do think Whitlock's going to take the victory there. And Boris Kritschmar just can't win on the TV, can he? He takes on Keegan Brown. I think Keegan Brown's going to have enough there for him. But unlike Section 1, I think the seeds in this get decimated. Now, it's always hard when you're dismissing seeds in an event. However, I do think this section has the most likely in terms of fallers in that seeded category. And you see here, I've gone for quite a few. Peter Wright going out to Jim Williams. Jim Williams is one of the best players in the world right now, according to stats. He is the 4th best finisher in the world, and he's running at an average of over 95. Very understated, very underestimated. He did beat James Wade in this event last year and had a bit of a run. I think Jim Williams could go on a big run here at the World Championships. I've got Luke Littler going over the world number 20 here, Andrew Gilding, who with a little bit of a run could go into the world's top 16, but I just think Littler's going to blow him away. I'm really a big fan of Luke Littler, and I think he's going to have a bit of a run at this event and be a danger next year on the tour. Gerwyn Price, I think, beats whoever comes through that opening round game. Brendan Dolan to win the All-Irish Battle. Dirk van Dijvenbode to go out to Keegan Brown. I think Keegan Brown, another one of those players that's a bit understated. When he lost his tour card, would have been going into the World Match Play had he not lost it that year. It was the year previous that cost him. I think he's a bit understated, is Keegan Brown. And taking on a not 100% Dirk van Dijvenbode, I think Keegan will also represent value in that fixture. Now, this might be the point where you think I've lost my marbles. But take a look at this. I've got Jim Williams and Luke Littler taking each other on in round number 4. So 2 players that are opening the opening games to get through their seeds and through their fixtures. I just think Luke Littler's going to go and do something crazy here. I think he's a good shout. I've not seen a weakness in his game. I've seen him play a lot of darts. I'm a big, big fan. Jim Williams, like I said, understated. I think they're both going to go on a bit of a run here. At the bottom half of the draw there, though, Gary Anderson, Gerwyn Price, I think he's going to set us up with a bit of a tasty fixture. Now, at this point, if you're thinking, Edgar, you're getting too carried away, reel back the tapes. I never get carried away by young players. I always say all the time, we need to see them and see them develop and grow before we make predictions. I'm breaking my own rule. I think Luke Littler's a special talent. There's something about him. There's something different about him. And I've got him down here for a quarterfinal space. I do have him losing to Gary Anderson, but what a debut year that would be for Luke Littler if he made the quarterfinals of his first PDC World Championship. He has played in a World Championship before. That was the one at Lakeside, where he lost out to Veenstra, had over 100 average. He's a different player. He's a better player than he was then. I do expect to see Littler have a big, big run at this event and make a big statement here. I don't think there's going to be much value in this because I think a lot of people are going to think down the same roads I am here that Littler could potentially make the quarters. So there's my predictions for the top half of the draw. The predictions for the bottom half of the draw are going to be coming here on Edgar TV, so make sure you check that one out as well. And also go put your predictions in the comment section below and head over to olbg.com to put your predictions on there for your opportunity to win yourself some free money. Again, the how-tos will be on the end screen and in the comment section below. I'll catch you soon, guys, for some live Edgar TV when the World Darts Championship kicks off. Edgar TV.